So we're getting ready to hang a tree stand here in one of my favorite setups. We call this the surprise cedar, and as you can see, it's a cedar tree, and behind it we've got a big cow pasture. So what this is set up for is for a north wind, north, northeast, northwest, and out to the north of us where hopefully the deer will be and be upwind of us. We've got my evolved harvest food plot here, and then out from that we've got the farmer's field that he's got. We've got some good CRP grass. Over here to the left is a big bedding area. They like to come out of there. They'll come along this trail and hopefully go right out to the evolved harvest food plot. And then over there to the east as well is another big bedding area. But this is a really good place. Like I said, we call this the surprise cedar because as you can see, they come out here and they surprise us, and hopefully we surprise them as well. And then with any type of north wind, it'll blow back across the cow pasture there because there's very little deer travel that's back there behind us. So one of the most important things is always picking an area where your wind is to your favor. And like I said, this is a really good setup for us for shooting some good deer. Okay, so here we are. We've got the stand hung, as you can see here. I've got my safety rope, and as you can see, I'm tethered to it, so I'm always tethered to this cruciate knot here. You can see my safety rope goes on up to the top of the tree there, but I've got that tied off good. Got a good bow rope right here. It's always important to figure out where your bow can come up and down at, because it's never quite the same in the dark. So I've got a nice little spot figured out there. You can tell we're in Kansas because it's always windy. Right now we have a south wind, so this would be actually the worst worst wind that you can hunt this stand on, but we're not worried about it today. It's when we come back to hunt. But as you can see, I'm sitting up here in this stand. This is the one I said we call the surprise cedar, and hopefully we surprise the deer and they'll come out of this area to my left, big bedding area, and hopefully they'll come right out here in front of us to this evolved harvest food plot, and then a lot of times they'll work their way on out into the farmer's crop field there. But as you can see, I've got a really good view here. I'm kind of in a tree row, and big bedding area over there to my right. And then when I come in here and hunt this, the wind will be blowing right in my face and hopefully blowing across this cow pasture behind us. The deer typically don't travel back there so much, so I'm always real conscientious of which way the wind's blowing, and hopefully or I know the wind will be blowing back, my scent will be blowing back that way, and hopefully here in about 6 weeks this nicely rain covered food plot full of seeds here, they're just starting to pop, so I'm really excited. We just got some rain the other day. We got oats, we got rye, we've got clover, brassicas, just a good mixture for the deer. So right out there. So hopefully that'll be nice and green here in a few weeks. And next time I'm sitting in this stand, I hope there's a monster buck standing right out there. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. So hopefully that gave you an idea of what I always try to do with hanging tree stands. But remember, first and foremost is safety for sure. So we're going to climb down with our nice safety rope and go do the next one.